Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel, Blind Hope Crochet. Today I finally reached 10 subscribers and I am so excited about that. So in order to celebrate that, I will be showing you the tutorial on how to make this plastic bag holder. A lot of the times you end up with a bunch of plastic bags from the grocery stores, or people bring something over to your house and they leave the bag there, and some people like to use it as stuffing inside of packages. So when you get your packages in the mail and you open it up, there's a ton of these plastic bags. So this one that I'm showing you here, if you can see, is a smaller version of the large size that you would make for the house. This one I made smaller so that way when you're in the car, we have a few of them that we can tuck away to the side instead of shoving the bags in between the seats or trying to keep them inside that little pocket on the side of the door. So this is really nice because you can just put a few of them in there and keep them in there to pick up the trash for all the things the kids like to do in the car. So for today's tutorial, you're going to need a 5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, a pair of scissors, and one of these little elastic hair tie pieces, the same ones that I showed you in my scrunchie video, because we're going to use this to make the base. I like to use this because then the bags don't fall out of the bottom. So it just kind of makes it a little easier, gives it some elasticity, and kind of gives it a barrier, that way it just doesn't slip through. So let's go on ahead and get started. Alright, so now when you go on ahead and you make this, you're going to want to do it in a way where you can work it evenly in multiples of 5. And you'll see why as we go along with this. But to start, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to anchor down our yarn. And for today's project, I'm using Red Heart Super Saver yarn. And I want to say this one is just called blue or maybe medium blue. So first we're going to take the hair tie piece and drape it over the hook. Then you're going to take your yarn and just kind of fold the tail end over, so that way it's like a piece that you've done in half, and you don't have to leave a really long tail for this. You can make it relatively short, but you're going to want to have enough either to sew in at the end or just to crochet over. So where it folds, go on ahead and place that over your hook. Now that you have that over your hook, and of course closer to your hand you have the hair tie, take the yarn and grab it with your hook and pull it through. Oops, that did not work out well for me. So sorry. It's because I'm not holding my hook the correct way. There we go. And pull it through the loop of the hair tie. Now once you've done that, you still have the other side of the tail and the working yarn that you've kind of pinched together to fold it. Take both of those pieces, yarn it over your hook, and pull it through that loop on your hook, kind of like making a slip knot, but this will anchor it down so that way you don't have this little knot piece that can come untied. You've actually wrapped both pieces through that loop on your hook, and it acts like an anchor. So if you were to let it go, that little hair tie piece would just kind of sit there on your hook. So now that we've done that, we can start doing our single crochets. So we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop to chain 1, and we're going to do a total of 20 single crochets. Now like I said, you're going to want to do this in multiple of 5s. 20 is a multiple of 5. You can do 25, you can do 30 if you want to make it so that way it comes out wider, not taller, but wider. But for the one that I used in the beginning, I just did 20 single crochets around the hook, or around the hair tie, I'm sorry. So that way it's nice and small and compact and it can fit in the car. So let's go on ahead and start doing our 20 single crochets. So you're going to insert your hook into the hole of the hair tie, grab the yarn and pull it up. You have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook for a single crochet. And like I said, if you have that tail, if you know how, you can crochet over it. So just hold that tail end and your hair tie together, so that way it's one piece, and as you crochet, you'll actually crochet over it so you don't have to weave it in later. Let's do it again. Insert the hook. So when I insert the hook into the hair tie, I'm also inserting it underneath that tail, grabbing the yarn and pulling it up, and then yarning over and pulling it through both loops on the hook. So if you feel, you've actually crocheted around that tail to keep it together. Let's do it again. Insert the hook underneath the hair tie and the tail, grab the yarn and pull it up. You know, have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. So now, like I said, you're going to want to do 20 of these to start out with, and once you see the needs that you have for your garbage bag, you can choose to make it even wider than this if you want. So go on ahead and finish doing your other 17 single crochets around, and I'll get back to you at the end. Okay, so now that I've made 20 single crochets all the way around the hair tie piece, you're going to find the first single crochet that you made, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull up that loop, take that loop that you made and pull it through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch, and that connects the round. Now round 2, we're going to start with a chain of 3. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, and pull through for 3. Now this chain of 3 will count as the first double crochet. So now in the same stitch, we're going to make another double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into that first stitch where you slip stitched, pull up the loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. And this gives you 2 double crochets in that first stitch. Now identify your second stitch, and we're going to do 2 double crochets again. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up the loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through those last 2. Now we're going to do it again into the same stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull it up, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Let's do it again. Find your next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now again, we're going to do another double crochet into that same stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch, pull up the loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. So now we've done 6 double crochets in 3 stitches. So now you're going to continue doing 2 double crochet in each stitch all the way around, and that will give you a total of 40 double crochet if you did 20 single crochets in the first round. So now go on ahead and continue doing your double crochets in each stitch around, and I will meet you at the end. Okay, so I just finished doing the last 2 double crochet in my last stitch, so that gives me 40 double crochet all the way around. So now that we're back up to our chain 3, we're going to count the 3rd chain from the bottom. So if you feel, right up above the stitch is 1, 2, and then at the top there's 3. So we're going to insert our hooks into that 3rd chain space, grab the yarn and pull up that loop, then take the loop that we pulled up and pull it through the loop on our hook for a slip stitch. Now yarn over and pull through to chain 1. Then in that space between our chain 3 and the double crochet next to it, we are going to insert our hook, grab our yarn and pull it up for 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook for a single crochet. And that will start our 3rd row. Now I want you to chain 5. This is where those multiples of 5 come into play. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3, yarn over, pull through for 4, yarn over, and pull through for 5. So now we have the spot where we made our single crochet. Starting in the next space, count 1, the next is 2, the next is 3, the next is 4. So we're going to skip those 4, and in the 5th one, we're going to insert our hook, grab the yarn, and do a single crochet in that space. So 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, and pull through both. That will connect that chain 5 space to the round that you did previously. So now we're going to chain 5 again. And to let you know, if you did it like this, since you have 40 all the way around, you'll have a total of 8 chain 5 spaces, because 8 times 5 is 40. So now let's do a chain 5. Yarn over and pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3, yarn over, pull through for 4, yarn over, pull through for 5. Now, do not count where we attached it. Go to the next space, because now we're going to skip 4 spaces. So this one is 1, the next one is 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th one, this is where we are going to do that single crochet. So insert the hook into that 5th space, grab the yarn and pull it up. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both to anchor down that next chain 5 space. So now let's do it one more time. Let's chain 5. Yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3, yarn over, pull through for 4, yarn over, pull through for 5. So now, not in the space where we anchored, but go to the next space. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We skipped those 4. In the 5th one, go on ahead and do a single crochet. So insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull up that loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both of those loops to anchor down that chain 5 space. So like I said, every time you anchor down, you're going to chain 5, skip 4 spaces, and then in that 5th space, that's where you're going to anchor down again. So now go on ahead and finish making your other 5, if you did it like this, your other 5 chain 5 spaces, and I will meet you back when we are ready to join. Okay, I just made my last chain 5 space, and now it's time to attach it. So when I skip 4 and get to the 5th, it takes me back to where I did my first anchored stitch. So what you're going to do is, in that single crochet of the first chain 5 space that you did, you're going to slip your hook into that single crochet, grab the yarn and pull up the loop, then take that loop and pull it through the loop on your hook to anchor it down. And that is how we finish round 3. Now round 4. What we're going to do is insert the hook into that chain 5 space. So not directly into any chain, but that big gap underneath it. You're going to insert your hook, grab the yarn. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. Take that loop that you made and pull it through the loop on your hook, and what that does is it creates a slip stitch to slide you over into that chain 5 space. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of decoration, and with these decorations I like to call them shells. So first what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, and pull through for 3. That chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. Now we're going to make 2 more double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook into that chain 5 space, grab the yarn and pull it up. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. There's a double crochet, so that's 2 double crochets. To make a shell, we need 3 double crochets. So yarn over, insert the hook into the chain 5 space, pull up the loop. You now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. So that gives you 3 double crochets, which makes what I like to call a shell. Now we're going to chain 2. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2. And then again, we're going to make another shell into that same chain 5 space. So yarn over, insert the hook and pull up that loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. That's 1. We have to make 2 more double crochets. Yarn over, insert the hook into the space, pull up the loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now let's do 1 more. Yarn over, insert the hook into the chain 5 space, pull up that loop. We have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. There, so that, and I messed up this last double crochet. Come on. There we go. So now if you feel with your hands, you'll feel there's 1 shell starting with your chain 3 space, then 2 double crochets, then you have your chain 2 space, which almost comes up into like a peak, and then another set of 3 double crochets or another shell. And that's going to make up for the design all along this little plastic bag holder. So now what we're going to do is when we go to move into our next chain 5 space, we don't have to slip stitch or anything, just yarn over, insert your hook directly into the next chain 5 space and pull up that loop, then yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. We've already started the first double crochet of the 3 double crochets for our shell. Now let's do it again. Yarn over, insert the hook and pull up the loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So that's 2. Let's do 1 more. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull up the loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now that we've made 1 shell, we're going to chain 2. Yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2. Now we can go back to making another shell. So yarn over, insert the hook into the space and pull up the loop for 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So that's 1. Let's do 2 more. Yarn over, insert the hook and pull up the loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Time to do 1 more. Yarn over, insert your hook into the space and pull up the loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So now again, as we examine our work, you'll see that we have another shell, a chain 2 space, and another shell. So like I said, this is going to be the design all the way around in each of your chain 5 spaces. So 3 double crochet for your shell, chain 2, 3 double crochet for another shell. Then go right into your next chain 5 space. So shell, chain, chain, shell, shell, chain, chain, shell, all the way around. until you get back to the beginning of the round. So go on ahead and work on that, and I will see you back when we are ready to join. Okay, so I just did my last set of shell, chain, chain, shell, and now we have to join to the beginning of the round. So we started out with a chain of 3, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the bottom of that chain of 3 and count from the bottom up. So 1, 2, 3, and in that third chain we are going to insert our hook, grab the yarn, and pull up that loop and pull that through the loop on our hook for a slip stitch. And that completes round 4. Now, this pattern of the chain 5 spaces and then the shell, chain, chain, shell, those are going to be what you're doing for the next several rounds. So consider that as a set. So we just did one set. For the smaller bag that I have for the car, I only do 5 of these sets in total. So if you're wanting to make one for your car, you will do 4 more sets. For your house, depending upon how many plastic bags you have that you're putting away, or if you're just making them as gifts, I only did maybe, I want to say 10 sets all together. So I'll go on ahead and I'll start this next round with you to show you how you go back to the chain 5 spaces. But then from there you can determine how many sets you want to do for how tall or how long you want the bag to be. If you wanted it wider, you would have needed to start out with more than 20 single crochets. So about where you're at, if you go on ahead and you take your shell, chain, chain, shell spaces and kind of curve it like a bowl, that's as wide as it's going to be. If you wanted it wider, you would have needed to start off with more single crochets. Now, like I said, doing this set, the chain 5 space and then the shell, chain, chain, shell, that you can determine how many you want to do according to how long or how tall you end up wanting to make your bag holder. So like I said, for the car, I did a total of 5. For the one that we keep in the house, I did a total of 10. So now let's go on ahead and get started on round 5. And then from there, you can determine how many sets of these you think you need to do. So now we've already slip stitched into the top of our chain 3 space. So the space in between your chain 3 and the next double crochet, I want you to insert your hook, grab the yarn, and pull up a loop, and then take that loop and slip it through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. Now in the next space, I want you to insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull it up, pull it through the loop on your hook for another slip stitch. So essentially what we're doing is we're slip stitching over to this chain 2 space. So then insert the hook into the chain 2 space, pull up the yarn and take that loop and pull it through the loop on your hook, and now we have slip stitched over to our chain 2 space. And to let you know, that was a total of 3 slip stitches. Now we are going to chain 1, so yarn over and pull through for 1, and then we're going to insert our hook into the chain 2 space, grab the yarn and pull it up for 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2. So now we've made that single crochet to use the chain 2 space as our anchor space. Now we can chain 5. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3, yarn over, pull through for 4, yarn over, and pull through for 5. Now what I want you to do is I want you to locate your next chain 2 space. So feel where you anchored, then as you move over you feel your shell, then there's a space. That is not the space I'm talking about. That is just a space that you created when you went from one chain 5 space to the next. So then you'll feel for your next shell, and then after that comes your next chain 2 space. So insert your hook, and grab the yarn and pull up that loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2 for a single crochet on that chain 2 space. Now we're going to chain 5. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3, yarn over, pull through for 4, yarn over, pull through for 5. Now, go down your chain and feel where you anchored. Again, we're going to look for our next chain 2 space. So, where you anchored, you'll feel there's a shell. As you keep moving to the left or to the right, depending upon which one your dominant hand is, you'll feel that space. That's not the space we're talking about. Keep feeling over, you'll feel the next shell, and then boom, there's the chain 2 space. So go on ahead and insert your hook, pull up that loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, and pull through both of those loops. We'll yarn over and pull through both of those loops to do a single crochet to anchor down into that chain 2 space. Now chain 5 and continue, and keep it up, and I'll meet you back when we're ready to join. Okay, so I just finished making my last chain 5 space, and like before, there are 8 total. So now, feel where we come back around to the beginning, to the single crochet that you made when you started your first chain 5 space. Insert your hook into there, grab your yarn, and pull up that loop. Make sure you get all the way through. And then take that loop and pull it through the loop on your hook to anchor down that chain 5 space. So now it's just like the way we started before. We did a round of chain 5s. Now you're going to insert your hook into the chain 5 space, pull up the loop, and then pull that loop through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. So now we will be working in the chain 5 space. So now chain 3 again, yarn over and pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2, yarn over, pull through for 3. Now we're going to do just like we did in round 4. You're going to do the shell, the chain, and the shell. So yarn over, insert your hook into that chain 5 space and pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2 double crochets because remember your chain 3 counts as the first. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain 5 space, pull up a loop, 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there is your shell. So now we're going to chain 2 in between our sets of shells. So yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over, pull through for 2. Now let's do our other shell. Yarn over, insert into the chain 5 space, pull up that loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. That's 1. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull up the loop, 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now let's do it one more time. Yarn over, insert our hook into the chain 5 space, pull up the loop, 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's basically how it's done. You're going to go shell, chain, shell on each of your chain 5 spaces. When you get back around, you're going to connect with a slip stitch to the top of your chain 3 space, slip stitch over into your chain 2 space, make that single crochet and start your chain 5 spaces and work your way all the way around doing the chain 5 shell, chain, chain, shell sets for as many as you want. So this will be set number 2. When you finish this, if you're going to do the small one, you'll have 3 more sets. So now I will leave you to making all of your sets, whether it be 5 or 10 for the small or the large, and then I will get back to you at the end of my sets to show you how we are going to finish up this bag holder. Okay, so I just finished doing my 5th set, and now I'm going to connect it to my chain 3 space. So count from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and go on ahead and insert your hook, grab the loop, take that loop and slip it through the loop on your hook to close it off. Now, so like I said, I've done 5 sets of the chain 5 shell, chain, chain, shell rounds. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go on ahead and insert our hook into that same space and do a slip stitch, because we're going to slip stitch back over to the chain 2 space. So go over into your next space, insert the hook, grab the yarn and pull it through, insert into your chain 2 space, pull up a loop, grab that yarn and pull it through the loop on your hook, chain 1, and then we're going to go on ahead and make a single crochet. So insert your hook, pull up that loop, yarn over and loop through both. We're going to do one more set or one more round of Okay, so I just finished making my last round of the shell, chain, chain, shell. So altogether I have 5 sets. So I'm going to go back to my chain 3 at the beginning, count from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, insert my hook into that 3rd chain, go on ahead and grab your yarn and pull it through, and take that loop and pull it through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. Now we're going to go on ahead and do one more round of chain 5 spaces. So insert your hook in between your chain 3 and double crochet, pull up a loop and pull it through for a slip stitch, go into your next space, pull up a loop, pull through for a slip stitch, go into your chain 2 space, pull up a loop and pull through for a slip stitch, chain 1. Now we're going to make a double crochet to go on ahead and anchor this, I'm sorry, not a double crochet, a single crochet to go on ahead and anchor this down. Insert into the chain 2 space and pull up that loop, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2. Now we're going to do a chain 5. Yarn over, pull through for 1, yarn over 2, yarn over 3, yarn over 4, yarn over 5. Feel your way over, find your next chain 2 space, insert that hook and do a single crochet to go on ahead and anchor it down. Again, we're going to chain 5, yarn over 1, yarn over 2, yarn over 3, yarn over 4, yarn over 5. Feel for your next chain 2 space, insert the hook and do that single crochet to anchor it down. Again, we're going to do a chain of 5. Yarn over 1, yarn over 2, yarn over 3, yarn over 4, yarn over 5. Find your chain 2 space, insert your hook and do that single crochet to anchor it down. Chain 5 again. Yarn over 1, yarn over 2, yarn over 3, yarn over 4, yarn over 5. Next chain 2 space, insert the hook and do a single crochet to anchor it down. We're going to do another chain 5 space, yarn over 1, yarn over 2, yarn over 3, yarn over 4, yarn over 5. Find your chain 2 space, insert your hook for a single crochet to anchor. We're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next chain 2 space. go on ahead and anchor it down with a single crochet. Now we're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find that chain 2 space and do a single crochet to anchor it down. Now this will be our last chain 5 space that we're on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that brings us back to the beginning, where you will insert your hook into that single crochet, pull up that loop, and then pull that loop through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch to connect them. Now what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook into your chain 5 space, pull up that loop, and do a slip stitch so you can work in your chain 5 space. We're going to start with a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3. This will count as your first double crochet. Now we're going to do 4 more double crochets. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2 of them. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 4. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 5. So what you're going to do is in each of your chain 5 spaces, you're going to do 5 double crochets. So now to get into your next one, again, no slip stitching or anything, just like we were doing before, yarn over and go right into that next chain 5 space and do a double crochet. Now that's 1. So yarn over, insert the hook, pick up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2. Let's do 3 more. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. 1 more. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we went on ahead and we did 5 double crochets in the chain 5 space. So I've done 2 chain 5 spaces with you. Go on ahead and work on the last 6 on your own, putting 5 double crochets in each of the chain 5 spaces, and I will meet you back at the beginning to join. Okay, so I just finished making the last of my 5 double crochets in my last chain 5 space. So now that we're back to the beginning of your chain 3 space, you're going to go on ahead and count from the bottom up to the 3rd chain. 1, 2, 3. You're going to insert that hook and pull up with the loop, and then pull that through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. Now we're going to make a handle for your little bag holder. So go on ahead and insert your hook. I'm sorry. You're going to chain 1. I always forget that for some reason. But then go on ahead and insert your hook into the space in between your chain 3 and your next stitch and make a single crochet. Now you're going to go on ahead and chain 20. So yarn over for 1, yarn over 2, yarn over 3, yarn over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, oops, messed up there. There we go. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now once you've done that, run your hand down your chain and feel where you have your beginning point. And then go on ahead and fold your bag holder in half. So that way you can roughly find where the center on the other side would be to connect your chain. Once you find it, insert your hook into that space, and then let's see, there we go, found my yarn. Go on ahead and pull up a loop and then do a single crochet right there. So now as you feel, and it's roughly centered, you have the chain anchored on one side and anchored on the other. Now we're going to make this handle a little bit wider. So I want you to chain 2. So pull through for 1, pull through for 2. Now you feel where you have it anchored, count over 2 stitches. 1, 2, and you're going to go on ahead and do a single crochet right there in that in the center of that stitch to anchor that chain 2 space. Now in each of these chain spaces, so you have 20 chain spaces, you are going to work in each of these chains that you made a double crochet. So now we're going to do that. We do it all the way across. So you made 20 chains, we have to do 20 double crochets. So yarn over, find your first chain space, and if you crochet really tight, it's going to be difficult for you to work inside that space. So when you do your chain of 20, try not to crochet so tightly. If you have a habit of crocheting tightly all the way around, you might want to increase your hook size. So instead of a 5, you could do a 5.5 or even a 6. I really wouldn't go bigger than a 6 if you're going to use acrylic yarn. If you're going to start going bigger than that, then I would use like a chunkier yarn to do that. So now, just go on ahead and yarn over, insert your hook into the chain. And to start this out, this can be a little difficult because you really don't have very much of a foundation, so it wants to wiggle. Come on, stop being a pain. There we go. Pull up, yarn over, and pull through 2, pull through 2. Go into the next one, and double crochet. Find your next one, insert your hook, and double crochet. Find your next one, yarn over, insert your hook, and double crochet. And if you've managed to get this down packed and you crochet faster than me, by all means, you do not have to wait on me. You just keep right on double crocheting down to the end, and eventually I will catch up with you. For me, it's a little harder because I have no sight other than a little light perception in one eye. So if you are just visually impaired, you are doing an awesome job. And if you can't see it all and you are right up at this with me, you are also doing an awesome job. But just keep double crocheting into your chain, and it feels like I might be just about done, maybe like 5 more chains to go, something like that. Come on. Another one. Find the next one, double crochet. Oops, that wasn't very good. Come here. There we go. Double crochet. The next chain. Oops, come here. And double crochet, and it feels like I've got, oh, 2 more. This is 1, and then finally my last double crochet. Now that you've went on ahead and you made that additional chain 2 anchor on the one side, you're going to chain 2 again, chain 1, chain 2, and make sure you feel, because you don't want to twist your handle. So the first time you did it, if you went, you have to figure if you went to the left or the right where you anchored. So I went to the right. So now from where I anchored on this side, I have to go to the left. So I have to count 1, 2 spots over, insert my hook, and grab my yarn, and since we're done, we can just pull it through with a slip stitch. Now I like to go on ahead and chain 1 more time, because now we are going to take our scissors and fasten off. And remember, you don't have to leave a big tail. You just have to leave a tail long enough that you can pass it through your yarn a few times for security. So grab your yarn needle, take that tail, thread it through the eye of your needle. And like I said, I like to use the ones with the bigger eye, not because of so much for the yarn that I use, but just because it makes it easier for me to feel that I've threaded it. Go on ahead and find a spot, and for this I would run my thread through on the inside, not on the outside where everybody can see your work, but on the inside, so that way it's hidden. So now feel where you fastened off and go just a little below it and just kind of work through the back loops of these double crochets and pull through from one side to the other. And once you do that, go a little lower and then maybe to the string in front of it, and then pass it through and go in the other direction. Pull that out, and just for good measure, we're going to go 1 more time. Find another spot, pass it through, bring it out. There we go. Make sure you didn't pull and squish anything up. Then we take our scissors and we trim off the excess. And then there you have it. You have a small plastic bag holder, big enough for your car, or if you made one longer, big enough for your home. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment box below. Be safe, be healthy, and be crafty. Have a great day. Bye-bye.